What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about the fact that we have reached the moment of truth. Last trade on MULN, 144. So are we about to break the holy grail line of support at 14 and sink into the reverse split abyss? Or is this dog finally going to get off its back and rally into August? And TTOO told you to buy some at 092 yesterday. And while you could have got some almost a penny less at 8 and change this morning, last trade 102 and on the launch pad. All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy hump day to you. I got the lawn blowers outside, so if you can hear them, please forgive me, but the show must go on. Money never sleeps. And by the way, if you remember the movie Wall Street, Gordon Gekko, played by Michael Douglas, there was a scene where Bud Fox, played by Charlie Sheen, says, "How could you possibly wreck my father's airline?" And what did Gekko say? "'Cause it's wreckable." So if you're sitting there wondering, why is MULN about to give up the holy grail line of support at 14 and most likely challenge a dime and less? Because it's wreckable. I'm not the only guy, full disclosure, that's long at 63 cents that knows where the lines of support and resistance are. 14, 17, 21 and a half, a quarter, and 30. I said stop buying this motherfucker at 118, and other than a little bit I bought some at 60, I was right all the way down to a dime. And then I said both that and MCOM, another dog at a dime, which got under that. We'll talk about that another day. By the way, when is Sal going to jail? Or better yet, when is somebody going to sue him before he goes to jail? We'll cover that another day. But MULN got down to a dime, and I said it was okay. Then we had a triple from a dime to 32. I believe the insiders who own the warrants at 16 and change pulled the trigger. They doubled their money, and then they most likely got back on the sell and or short sell inside of the dark pools. And here we are. Last trade 1455. So what are the odds, in my opinion, that we're going to break 14 50%? And if we're going to do it, we're going to do it in the next few days, probably by the end of the week. And what happens at that point is anybody's guess, but for the love of God Almighty himself, do not listen to the stupid idiots in stock twits or on Reddit that have these 10, 20, 30, 50, $500 price targets. They've cost a lot of people a lot of fucking money. I'm long the stock. I'm getting thumbs down as we speak right now. You know why? Because I'm the only one that keeps it real. If you're following me on Twitter, I have helped you rack up 120 wins, about 16 losses, for almost 700% return since last March. And as I reshared about an hour ago, the Carvana trade that I pointed out on January 30th at $10 just hit 56. If you add up the 19 winners I gave away for free, no one paid me a dime. You know what the return was? 2,817%. That's outside of our portfolio that I have pinned on Twitter that's up 700%. So you're looking at top 1/2 of 1% worldwide. And I'm telling all you MULNaniacs out there, again, I'm long the stock, that if this thing breaks 14 cents, we are going to get bent over this desk, and it's going to be without any lube all the way in, up and out the other side. But David, if you're listening, if you could somehow get the insiders to qualify, how much, if any, have they sold? Who's done the conversions? Acuitas, etc. at 16. What's their intention? If they sold all their stock, what does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Those of you that are like myself, down 75, 80, 90% plus. It tells me they don't believe in what this fucking guy's trying to do, which is in the process of running his 5th company into the ground. So we have to be eyes wide open, even if we're long the stock. And I have almost a 20% position in my trading account, average 63, MCOM average 62. So if I'm wrong on both, and it looks like I'm probably going to be wrong, I'm going to take a hellacious hit. But even if I sold those two and one or two others that we're currently down on paper on, last trade TTOO 102. So whatever loss we had in Shuttle Pharmaceutical that I took yesterday at a -12, that's been wiped out. What am I looking for? Middle of the range. It went from 8 to 18. Give me 12, 13. I'll pull the fucking rip cord and rack up another 35% gain. But when it comes to MULN, if we don't hold 14, in my humble opinion, it's over. It's over. We're going to retest a dime, which is the all-time low. We may bounce at some point to 20, 25, 30 cents. But for anyone who has a fantasy at this point of seeing north of $1 without a reverse split, it's not going to happen. And the kiss of fucking death, and this may have been intentional on David's part, is when they went in there about a month ago, if you recall, and they changed the August 3rd vote on the reverse split from a maximum of 1 for 10, and then they added a 0. And from that moment on, everyone, for the most part, lost confidence. They have no confidence to hold the stock through production, through revenue acceleration this year. They know, as well as I do, at least most of them, that we're looking at a major reverse split. And the lower we go, the bigger it's going to be. So in closing, if it's me, I'm not buying anymore. I've got a massive position. I'm down 75%. If I can get anywhere close to a half, that's it. I'm out. I'll gladly take a 15, 20, even a 30% loss. 40 and change at this point, I'd be tempted. I can always buy it back, but until this stock is able to get up and through where it was a few weeks ago at 32, all bets are off. But if you bought TTOO on my recommendation, do not chase the stock north of a dime right now. You're up 10% overnight. And if you bought some this morning, boy, wasn't that juicy at 083 and change, where I said the max downside support was, you're up almost 20%. We are looking at an FDA ruling on their sepsis test. It has to do with fungus, candida, etc., that could be huge inside of the hospital change. If that happens in their favor, and typically these types of FDA rulings can have up to an 80% approval, boom, the stock could double, if not more, instantly. But if they get an unfavorable ruling, and in this market run by this administration, anything is possible. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I don't know this to be the case, but if the CEO of TTOO is a GOP/Republican, it's probably an almost guarantee that they're going to decline them. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, follow me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz and advertise your company. As long as you have less than 500 employees at TrySmallBiz.com. Always remember that we love you. We ain't going anywhere. Dog days of summer. I'm going to be here almost every fucking day to keep your head in the game. And until next time, thanks for watching. That's all I got.